Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of LanceScurv and the Rooftop Perspective series. I've been coming up here a whole lot, over the time that I've been living here. Even when we did the Anthill Chronicles, which I still got to get over there and do one exclusive and not just pass by it. But a lot of people ask me advice and they ask me things about relationships, situationships, some odd pairings. There's a lot of things out here that are going on that are not the traditional things that we had back in the day. And even way back in the day, even before my time, we had a lot of non-traditional type relationships that were undercover when there's nothing new under the sun. We just think we see these things on social media now and on the internet and think, oh, this is something new. No, even me from back in my day, which this day is my day because I'm not aged out. But I mean, back in my day when I was more toward my youth, my 20s, I saw some things and most people didn't even believe me. Now they go online and they're like, Lance, you were right. These things have always been around. It's wild. When you learn that, you can be cool around certain things that won't pull you back in because you've been there, done that. I'm just so glad and so happy to be alive right now, right? To be able to tell my stories and share my stories. And I won't say specifically what the young lady asked me, but I'll answer this back in the general way where she will get her answer. There are a lot of men out here and women, but I'm going to focus on the men, but this does apply to women, but more so to men. A lot of women out here, they go to nightclubs, they go to singles, what do you call it, blenders, whatever, I forgot, but there's all these names for this, where you meet people who are single. You network at legitimate business, corporate situations, and you flash your card, but you might like the person you're flashing the card or giving the card to, and things develop out of that, or interest happens. We're human, no matter where we are, whether it's a job or a church, house of worship, the park. We keep seeing somebody say, wow, I like their style, I like the way they look, I like the way they carry themselves. So what happens, right? Ladies, you meet a guy who you just think is super spectacular. You get to know him from a distance. You see him in the park, you might be playing tennis or a little basketball or just jogging, you keep running into each other, and so you give him that nice smile where the time you run around the whole track or the whole park again, you see him and he says, listen, I don't want to stop you from running, but I like the smile you flashed at me. Can I take a chance and think maybe that it's a possibility that we can talk, that you might be interested in a little conversation? Nothing deep. Let's finish our run. What are you doing after? Oh, I'm not doing anything. Well, listen, what do you like to eat? What do you like to nourish yourself with? Do you have time? That even though we're both sweaty, doesn't matter. It cancels each other out. Let's just impromptu go somewhere, a place of your choice, a place that you like. It's on me, right? You're like, wow, this guy offered to take me out. He wasn't lewd, even though I have this skin tight thing on. And very interesting. I like his smile, I like his teeth. I like the way he speaks. He's fit. I didn't see any rings on his finger. His skin is good. I saw the keychain on his little waist pack, and I think I saw it was Mercedes-Benz. Wow, not that I'm materialistic, but why not? So you feel good about what you noticed, right? So you continue to finish running, and you sit down because you're done. He's like, listen, I got 2 more laps. You like that because he didn't stop when you stopped, right? He kept on going with his commitment. So you're really intrigued now. He drives a nice car. He's finishing up his commitment, even though you're looking damn sexy, right? He knows he's going to take you somewhere. He's going to finish up what he has to finish up for himself. That's a good sign. So you think. So you hop in his car with him. You don't usually do that. He actually you suggested to him, well, listen, let me go to my apartment or where I live and park, which you really shouldn't do. But you took a chance because you felt he's decent, right? So now he kind of knows where you live, whether you parked in front of your house or down the block, whatever, and whatever. But never go to your house, y'all. Never do that. You don't know this guy. So you hop in his Mercedes-Benz. It smells good. It's not like 2 or 3 years old, but he keeps it so nice. So you see all kind of a briefcase in the back, corporate papers. So you ask him what he does for a living. And he has some, not super high level in the corporate world, but mid-level, but paying very well. And he says he also does some different things with accounts on his own, independently. So this guy's pulling in a pretty penny. But he just seems to shine really so good. So you go and you eat, you ask him the question, do you mess with men? And he's like, no, never, never, never that. Please don't ask me that again. He's like, listen, are you involved with anybody? You didn't ask him if he's married, but you asked him if he's involved with anybody. So he looks you straight in the eye and he says no. He says no. You better ask him if he's married. Because if you say, is he involved with anybody? Well, he can say, well, you didn't ask me if I was married, and I'm not involved with anybody else. See, some guys will hold it down to the letter of the law with you being polite, and he'll wiggle out of certain things. The main thing I really want to say is that you get to know this guy really good, and you find out after a while, yes, that he is involved with somebody. Yes, that he is married. But he has convinced you that this marriage is over. And in actuality, he is going through a divorce now after a few weeks of talking to him. So you said, whoa. He held it back specifically, but he didn't want to scare me away, he says. But you still feel he's a good catch, and you do not want to lose this catch because you know how challenging things can be. The things that he likes are the things that you like. He loves nature. He loves science fiction books. I'm just making this stuff up. He loves a good movie. He loves good restaurants, good taste in restaurants, and has the money to go there. You're not a gold digger, but it's nice that somebody can shine like this and you can get the advantage of it. So you're not rushing, but you're not walking away. You're not walking away and say, hey, come back and see me when you're divorced. Because you know there's some grimy little critters that'll be like, yo, come over here tonight. I'll take care of you. And I'll keep your mind and both of your heads occupied if you visit me tonight and woo this man over. Oh, you kind of think that he's not that way. And he has acknowledged you as a catch. Well, the divorce papers are over. He says he needs time to, take himself away from that mindset, that mentality, to lower it down and separate, not just jump into something. So you're okay with that. And you kind of give yourself a mental timeline on when you'd like to really make it about you and him. You don't want to push it when he still has his mind on what he came out of, but you don't want to take too long and lose it. So after about maybe 6 months, 8 months, which some would say is too soon, you let him know that, listen, I'm kind of ready. I kind of scoped you out. I'm not dumb. I'm kind of ready on, for what we can do now. It could be us now. We could take our time with it, but let it be, how could I put it? A primary, exploratory commitment where we are committed to not running around with anybody else, but we're not jumping on in fully. We're still taking our time. We're reserving ourselves for each other, and we're going to ease into this naturally. So he says, okay, fine. But now you notice that he has downgraded his car, which it still gets around, to a Toyota Corolla. You realize that he doesn't look as healthy as he used to. He doesn't run as much and go to the gym like he used to. Okay, what's going on? I hope it's not me having this effect on him. I want him to keep himself up. That's what attracted me to him. So now don't soundbite that and make it like some homo business, right? Just I'm quoting the woman, okay? Don't be slick. The AI foolishness out here, right? So you realize when he left and got his 1-year lease in an apartment that is far below what you thought that he might get in a really rough side of the neighborhood, which you overlooked that because he said, oh, I'm just trying to save a little money now, whatever. You realize that the facade that he put on, which you didn't realize the facade that he put on, that most of his shine came from that woman that he was with. So that catch that you think that you had, yes, he had the conversation. Yes, he's on the job that he said he's on, but it doesn't pay as much. And again, you're not a gold digger, but you want people to be authentic in who they are. You want them to tell the truth about who they are, even if they withhold the truth as far as their finances or where they live and you're just talking. But marital status, physical status, your health status, those are the things that you need to reveal and you need to find out. So come to find out, all of this big catch of a wonderful man that you saw was because of the shine of another woman. He wasn't all that. And I'm not knocking anybody who drives a Toyota Corolla, who lives on the rough side of town, who has a job that doesn't pay as much as he would like it to be, because you can always ascend. But don't front, even when you're with another woman. You see? Because she might have bought you those slacks and those designer shirts and those suits and those shoes and that watch that you have, and supplemented your pocket to get the Benz that you had that eventually got repossessed. You don't know. Listen, ladies, your love is precious. These days, but JJ is so easy to get. But it's a matter of who it's attached to. You just don't want any old woman who just cocks open an orifice and you get in there and it's warm and it feels good and you, that's not what you want. That's not just what life is all about. And ladies, you just don't want a man with, he might be hung like a horse and that's what you like and require. And that thing got you, ready to make concessions and lower your standards, but there's more to it than that. When the lights are out and you're in the bedroom making love, you want the lights to be out because you want them to be out and not because you don't have a choice because the bill hasn't been paid. How about that? So understand, when you meet someone, make sure that their shine is their shine. Make sure that this man's shine is not because another woman is taking care of him. Or maybe he has 2 or 3 that he's playing around with, that does things for him, that they're putting in their bid financially because what he has, not just the sex, but everything else, is something so spectacular that it blows your mind, or you feel you have time, your time is running out. Look, if you feel your time is running out, no matter what age you are, understand that it's best to be alone than to spend the remainder of your years in drama with somebody who's all over the place, with somebody who's bringing you home diseases, who's leaning on you and milking you so they can shine for the next woman. Somebody who's making babies out in the street and you find out about it. Best to be by yourself. Best to be by yourself. And Mr. Scurv said, if something happened to me, you'd be out there in a heartbeat. They'd be coming after you. I said, I don't know if they'll come after me or not, but I know one thing. I just like a peaceful life. And I don't want no drama. I don't want to be bothered with other hang-ups and other things and whatever. I just, I know what's out there. And there's a lot of drama out there, and I don't do drama. I said, listen, I'll probably just stay to myself, do my thing, continue to live life like I do, and just chill. I'd have friends. I'd go out occasionally. I have friends back in America who I'd like to spend time with. They come out, and they're going to do that anyway, and I'm going to do that anyway. I'm not looking to upset the apple cart and be not so realistic with the remainder of time that I have left on this earth. I'm a severe realist. I don't joke around with time. I know where my blip is on the radar screen. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself like I'm 20 years old. No, I am 60 years old. I have a lot of youth left in me, but I'm not dumb to go think that I'm 20 and act that way and let this time go by so fast. At every point in your life, there's something that you have to do, and a certain way you have to carry yourself. If you do right by each phase of your life, those subsequent phases are beautiful. And if you look back and you didn't get what you thought you should have gotten as far as relationship status or money or this or that, as long as you're at peace with yourself, that's what counts. And for all the younger folks who maybe don't understand what I'm talking about, they're intoxicated with their testosterone and going out there and sowing their oats or whatever. That's cool, but it's a dangerous obstacle course out there. More so now. be careful. Try to find yourself in a place of peace, because if you can do this at a younger age, your subsequent years will be smoother. You'll make more real progress over time, and you'll look good as you live a lot longer, because drama has not invaded and infested your world. Trust me, I don't do drama. I don't do the toxicities, and no, not even my own. If I get any toxic thing in me, I get it out of me. I damn sure don't want it coming from anywhere else, because this life is really, really sweet. So be authentic, fellas. And ladies, make sure you check this man out, because there's a lot of scammers out here. There's a lot of deception, and there are a lot of people who are not sincere, and they just want to use you for a time, for your shine that they can use for somebody else, and to take a shortcut to whatever it is they take it a shortcut to. There's so much deception out here. Anyway, salute to my brothers. Much love to my sisters. Thank you for hanging out with me here while I rap a little bit with you. It's getting darker. I'm on the rooftop. Let me get out of here before the mosquitoes come to get me. Even though it's kind of cool for West Africa, right? The wind is blowing, so they're not hanging around as much. But I got more work to do tonight, more videos to make. I'm on a roll. I want to keep it on a roll. I want to keep the thoughts flowing. And whatever topics that you want me to cover, just ask me. I'll do it if I know something about it. But the relationships and human nature, that's what I specialize in. If you ask me how to take an engine in the car apart and put it back together, you're out of luck, because it ain't going to happen. Anyway, thank you all for the support and the love. I'll continue to do what I do. I'm glad you're here with me, and it's just a joy at this point in my life to be able to be passionate about something so well, and to have an open season, an open field to pursue it. Potential, we're going to run this thing until the wheels go off. I guarantee that. Anyway, hit LanceScurv.com. Best experiences on the computer. Then you can really see the archives and the years of work, the decades of work, the 22 years of work. Soon it's going to be 25, right? I can't wait for that time. But I'm going to jam-pack these next 3 years with enough, right? That if you had 5 years, 24/7 where you didn't have to sleep, go on everything on my website, you wouldn't have enough time to absorb everything. That's the thing that makes me happy, that my creator has allowed me to get this far in telling the stories, the anecdotes, the insights, the artwork, the writing, the videos, the shows, the street videos. I love it. And I want to thank you for riding with me, because this journey would not mean anything to me if I didn't have you by my side. So thank you very much. LanceScurv out. On to the next one. Peace.